Hey guys, how are you doing? Hey, I know this is not a regular day for me, but after some of the stuff that I've seen today, I had to come on, and I just wanted to talk about a little something, something. But don't mind me. We are going to share. We're going to do some sharing here, cause I think this is something that we need to talk about. Yes. So let's see. Let's see. We can do this right here. Mm-hmm. We sure there is. Hope y'all doing great tonight. Copy this link. Mm. All right. I am sharing, guys, so just bear with me for one moment. Doing a little sharing. Doing a little sharing here. Uh, it's gonna be great here. Pardon me. Just give me one moment. I think that's it. I think that's the last of the sharing that I want to do. You know what? Nope. I'll put that right there too. Let's see. Let me just get one more person. Mario. Get my friend Mario. And look to there. All right. There we go. So, special show starts now. So, what's up, guys? And welcome to the sofa. I'm your boy, Mr. Takeover. And we normally do shows on Wednesday, but I was plagued by a video on TikTok that I just really felt the need to speak about, or speak on, not speak about, speak on. So, as you know, and if you don't know, um, I really have been trying to find out where I come from. And I'm meaning all the way down to ancestors. So I've been doing a lot of research. I've done the ancestry and whatnot. So I've been indulging myself in culture and whatnot. And so I've been met with a lot of resistance with some of the stuff that I've been saying and posting, but that's all here and there. Let's get into this. What in the world is a traditional woman? The lies created by white superiority. Now, I gotta go get my wife at 9 o'clock, so I'm trying to make this quick and fast. If you are watching this, definitely comment. If I don't happen to come across your comment, whether you're on Facebook or in YouTube, which if you are on YouTube, go ahead and hit that like button for us. That helps the algorithm, and subscribe, because every Wednesday, 8 o'clock, we're going live. And you have better access on YouTube than you do Facebook, because Facebook don't like me. But that's cool though. So we're just going to go ahead and dive right in. A traditional woman. Whew, man. Do y'all really know what that is? A traditional woman? A traditional woman is expected to serve her husband, preparing food, clothing, and other personal needs. As a mother, she has to take care of the children and their needs, including education. As a worker, she has to be professional, disciplined, and a good employee. That is a lot. So that's what a traditional woman is. Now, this day and time, women still do that, added with taking care of everybody else in the neighborhood and whatnot. And from that website that I got this from, it dives in a little bit deeper when it comes to those roles, right? And I am going to read over that a little bit in just a moment, close to the end. But I just wanted to, this is seriously what a traditional woman is, even though I've come across, if you research traditional woman, it changed to trade wife. Kind of like the word BICTH, black women have like changed that word to be positive. White women have grabbed this word, dropped the additional off, and add wife, trade wife. And it's totally opposite of this, but still kind of holds the core values, but it's more women right type thing. And I did not know that until I started researching this episode, that the word traditional in front of woman doesn't exist anymore. It's trade wife, but definitely look that up. I probably end up talking about something like that too, but not at this moment. So this picture here, right? While I was researching, the feminists wears torn off, which I don't know where the heck they get this from, torn off makeup. Wait, wear tons of makeup because of her low self-esteem. Got a crappy, dang, I didn't read all that. Got a crappy flower tattoo when she was 17. Sleeps around to improve her self-esteem, but it only makes her feel worse. You see what these folks are saying about you guys? Dang, chubby from her diet of fast food and microwave meals. Oh crap, I didn't even see this one. Aborted her black baby last year. Bro, this is racist. Is claims she's bisexual but has only dated men. Bro, when you think you read something, you really ain't read it. So I'm reading this for the first time. I thought I ran over all of these, but holy crap. Damage hair from over dyeing. Uses fake tanner so dark she looks Mexican. Wears clothing that barely fits her. Is only attracted to black men. Works a minimum wage job because her gender studies degree didn't get her anywhere. Deliberated feminist. Holy crap. All right, so here's that word, trade wife. Now, what I found out about trade wife was not this. Again, this is this is what tradition. I'm gonna read you off this, and this is what this is what a traditional woman is. A traditional woman, not trade wife, loves her natural face and only wears light makeup. She's also her husband. Her husband works to support her stay at home and raising the kids. In her 20s, but is already married with kids. Loves her family, race, and country in that order. Natural hair with highlights from the sun. Natural tan from her outdoor lifestyle. Wears modest and feminine clothing. Slim figure from her healthy homemade meals and active lifestyle. She ain't making them darn meals. She got a freaking shelf. Cause whatever. Homeschools her kids so they are taught progress. So they aren't taught progress BS in school. Knowledgeable about her European roots. Bam, there you go right there. European roots. Do you know how many black men out here talking about I need a traditional woman? And they were referring to black women are not being traditional women. And they are not, because if you're referring to traditional women, you're talking about what I just read off on this second half. But a lot of them are finding liberated feminists. You know, this is, boy, I tell you, I did not read over this like I thought I did. But what a traditional woman isn't and should be: self assured, speaks up for herself, confident, balanced in both feminine and masculine energy. This woman right here, heck no, she is neither. None of it. Like, this is scary, bro. Oh my goodness. I can't believe this. This is wild. Like, you can't make this stuff up. Bruh, if any of y'all are coming in on the and you didn't hear what I read off on that poster, if you can't see it, you gotta rewind, because my goodness, that is crazy. What a traditional woman isn't and should be: also able to embrace their strengths without being heckled by their husband. Right? So, what do you see in these pictures? Now, while I was searching for what a traditional woman was, I came across these pictures. There was not a black woman. There were some other races, but not a black woman. Majority of them were a white woman doing some form of duty in the house. I found out also researching that this picture over here, this last picture on the right hand side with the gray dress on, those were purposely made, and they came with gloves. And that dress actually had an accessory, which was an apron. So this was conservative for the traditional woman back then, going out with her apron and whatnot. Huh, boy. This brings me to, those women are an ideal of European ideology. Religious European settlers brought their beliefs to the New World, and those beliefs, it's funny how they say New World when it was just a new land. It's not like they went to a whole nother planet. But anyway, and those beliefs helped define the roles of men and women within families. God was the highest authority, and the husband and fathers derived their household authority from God. Can no black person tell me that the books that they were reading to get this ideal was the same books that the slaves had when the slaves didn't even have any books. They just brought themselves over. They didn't have no books. So Why have we not realized that we've been trained to believe bullcrap? Men were expected to provide for their families, but they also took an active role in rearing their children. Now, this surprised me, but then I realized why it changed. Fathers taught their children to read and write, found apprenticeship programs for them so that they could learn career skills, discipline their offsprings as needed, and led the family in prayers or other religious activities. Their fathers, the father was considered the primary parent. This is the other kicker. Divorce was permissible under certain circumstances, but the father was normally granted custody rather than the mother. Again, I'm going to share my opinion off of this because this is just what the European ideology for the man. I'm going to talk about the woman now. A woman needed to know how to sew, spin, and weave, tend vegetables, and didn't say this word right. It's medicine herbs, but whatever. Can't pronounce that word right. I got to go back and try and pronounce that word. But medicinal, not medicinal, but medicinal herb gardens, prepare food, and make sure that any servants or apprentice were properly trained and satisfactorily met their obligations within the household. She bore children, nursed them, and made sure that they were dressed, fed, and well cared for. At the same time, women were often involved in financial enterprises. That shocked the heck out of me, but it made sense when I came up with my opinion at the end. Many women helped manage their husband's estate or actively took part in a business or family trade. In her economic responsibilities, if her economic responsibilities interfered with her parental duties, a woman might leave her young children in the care of a servant or older children while she worked. That sounds familiar, don't it? That sounds like what women are today. But for some reason, they saying that women shouldn't be doing these things, right? So this is something that you employed into the new world, the Americas, right? But somewhere down the line, it changed. You want to know what I think? I think that women have started showing what men consider superiority, start making them look bad. The ideas were better because men back then, as we think now, we are hunters. And the only thing that we're good for is going out to hunt and bringing home the bacon, right? and I'm not talking about like going out and hunting animals and stuff. I'm talking about hunting that booty. But all jokes aside, think about it. If a woman comes in and these are slave masters, they're supposed to know everything. But if their wife comes in and makes them look bad, then all the other slave masters are going to look down at them. They're not going to respect them. So things had to change. Also, having the man take on all the kids, no. That had to change too. Nah. So for me, I see how that law changed now that the women get the kids. But then we were fussing about that. There used to be a law where the man got the kids first, guys. Look, you see it? You heard me read it? I'm guaranteed the man changed that though. Now, normalizing flexible roles. What I just read to you is a separation of man and woman, right? And I'm only talking to partners that believe in the man and the woman partnership. Because regardless of what partners are, at the end of the day, you still need a sperm and an egg. And sperm comes from the man and the egg comes from the woman, right? So the separation of the man and the woman started way back when. I honestly feel deep in my heart, and I walk this way with my wife, that God had a different vision, has a different vision for these two puzzle pieces that are perfectly matched, that when they are together, they are as one. And having separate roles is not the key outside of producing a sperm and an egg. Having the mom nurture, meaning as in breastfeeding, because both parents are supposed to have some form of nurturing towards the child. So normalizing flexible roles. You remember I told you I was coming back to that website, right? So there were facts about Indonesia and the divorce rate, and I want to compare it to. I don't have the facts of the divorce rates over here in America, but I am going to say that I guarantee some percentage of women think like this. According to the data from the Supreme Court, in 70% of the cases, the wife initiated the divorce. The trend has only increased since then, raising from 80% between 2010 to 2015 and up. Why are women twice as likely as men to seek a divorce? One assumption is that the ideal of gender equality, as promoted through feminism, drives this divorce rate, but in an assumption that's not supported by the evidence. So basically, what they're saying is equality is the main issue why there are divorces. Think about this. How many people here in America are sitting up here saying that my husband is not right? And I ain't saying that some women ain't out here dogging some men out, but a lot of the divorces are coming from because the man is not treating the woman respectfully. She's cheating on her. He's not taking care of the house. Emotionally, he's not there. He's disconnected. So this makes sense to me. And it goes on and says that the data states the divorces are only because of marital disharmony, responsibility, and money problems. Those are the only reasons why. It doesn't have anything about equality and whatnot, right? But we come back to women multiple roles, and this had me looking at the traditional woman in a different way and how men say that they want traditional women. Women, multiple roles. The involvement of women in the economic workforce and public life has not been reciprocated by a shift among men into domestic work and reproductive life. As a result, women assume multiple responsibilities as daughters, wives, mothers, workers, and members of society. As a daughter, a woman is traditionally responsible for taking care of her parents. As a wife, she's expected to serve her husband, prepare food, clothing, and other personal needs. As a mother, she has to take care of her children and their needs, including education. As a worker, she has to be professional, disciplined, and a good employee. That's where I got this from. And as a member of society, she is expected to participate in community activities and volunteer work, both within her community and through social organizations. Bruh, what the hell? Like, and guess what the man's supposed to do? He's just only looked at to bring home the bacon and provide. And we're wondering why women are so masculine. Bruh, do you see what they're doing? Do you not understanding? I mean, are you not understanding that how much that we put on women? One, they should be smarter than us. Two, they should be stronger than us. Emotion alone, shit, I ain't gonna talk about will. We seriously, and it's seeping into the black community. We think that our wives, our women, should do this, but then we are the first one to sit up here and say, know your place, sit down. Their place is doing everything. Why are you important? So when a woman sit up here and say, I don't need a man, I read this and I'm like, for real, because it just stated she need to work. She need to be a good employee. Or are you just saying she need to be a good slave? She shouldn't be a CEO, because she be a CEO, that means she's above you. She still needs to be up under you when she's employed, right? Bull crap. So, happy marriage. Normalizing flexible roles. Flexible roles. In the early 2018s, there was a survey conducted supported by the Ford Foundation of 106 married respondents. Some 54% said that they were very happy in their family. Of those, nearly 2/3 described the gender role flexibility within their marriage as high. By comparison of the 45% who said that they were merely happy, nearly 30 Phil said the gender role flexibility in their marriage was only moderate. The more flexible the roles of men and women in the family, the happier they are. The findings are interesting, especially for policymakers and religious leaders, as well as the wider community. The ideal of flexibility in marital roles is in line with the characteristics of the millennial generation: dynamic, non-fixed, and non-grid. Me and my wife, we basically normalize flexible roles, because definitely with me having my disability, we both have to understand that at any given time, I can, be in a situation where I'm what society considers useless, and she has to pick up majority of the roles. So why am I looking at her? And dare I say, I'm still the man in the house. Listen, we both are heads. If we are one, if I leave my family and she leaves her family and we get married, and the Bible that we love so much says that we become one, why is it just one head of the house? When the one is both of you. Head of house is both of you. I'm trying to wrap my head around why is it so hard as a black community to understand that when our ancestors were brought over here, we didn't have no books. Only thing that we had, well, not we, but they had, was memories from which there came. And guess what happened to those memories? Some were broken so bad that those memories were lost. And some had those memories up until the time that they died. Some were able to pass those memories on to their kids, but those kids died as well. We have no identity. And the identity that we fight for so much is not even ours. And we call it a black culture. I just saw something. Let me go through this, right? And I have to play something. And this blows my mind. So I want to change the narrative. That's what we're about, changing the narrative. Let me make sure we ain't got no questions on here first. All right. We're all about changing the narrative, me and my wife, when it comes to relationships and whatnot. Changing the narrative. Men, understanding. Take time out to value your partner's contribution to the household, not diminish her importance. Is on a diminish her importance is on an equal plateau. I said that wrong. Um, Taking on more. Change the imbalance of responsibilities by delegating more than just being a provider and protector. Creating, establishing a functionality that works for your household, not worrying about if it's not feasible to anyone else. How my household works, it might not work for yours, and that is okay. I'm not going to judge anybody because you know what? There are some women out there that are great at being housewives, and that's what they prefer. And if that's something that they prefer and they're good with it, and the man is holding his house down like the other parts, then that's their dynamic. That's great. But you still have to see BS for what BS is. White supremacy is the European terminology, what a traditional wife is. Submission, slave. Not the submission what a man and a woman submit to each other. That's legitimate submission. If we want to go to your Bible, that's submitting, that's what that means. But it's being used as I need a slave. And so these passport bros are running around here talking about going overseas and getting women that submit to them. And white supremacy is still strong over here in the United States. And it's bleeding into other communities, especially the black community. Black men are furious at black women because they don't know their role. They nag too much. But guess what? They know their role. They doing exactly what a traditional woman is supposed to be doing. Everything. That's the definition that you gave them. But now you're mad that they doing it and they realize that, hell, since I'm doing everything, what I need you for? I'm just saying. You know? But I'm going to play something. This here blew my mind. Where is it? And then I'm gone for the night. This is crazy. Like, where is it? I'm going to press play because it is right here.
There is an all-white town in South Africa. Can y'all really be mad though? Orania is a whites-only town. Black people cannot live or work here. Every job is reserved for the whites. Every task performed by white people. Continue because I'm taking notes.
It prints its own money, runs its own banks, has its own holidays, and manages
They got
its
their own money.
affairs.
No.
It sounds like
So when you say handle your own affairs, that means like y'all can have your own police and stuff, right? Just hear me out, y'all. Just hear me out. Why don't we do this? In America, we can call our police the Black Panthers. We grow our own food. We don't got to worry about the GMO and the fake food and the fake stuff. We don't got to worry about our water being contaminated by fluoride and heavy metals so we can open our third eyes and stuff. Instead of church, we have meditation days. We build our own houses because we self-sufficient. The kids actually go to school and they can learn things like archery, how to build a fire, how to handle their anger, where they're not being brainwashed, stuck in a society where they're controlled by fear, and learning things that they never take with them as an adult, like X squared plus B squared. On some real stuff, just tell me how y'all did this. I get it, you're not racist, you just don't want to be around black people. Well, I don't want to be in corporate America. The lies of the news, fake food, fake water. On some real spill, who's with me though? They dangerous.
Bruh, like, I was floored. I just came across that while I was going to get ready to start the show. But hey, that's the show. Hopefully, this will be something that resonates with someone. But seriously, make it make sense. I'm just saying, this is crazy. Black men, y'all need to stop your mess.